What's up guys, my name is Anshul and today in this video let us discuss about how to use the KVM functionality on this MSI MAG401QR monitor, the one that is sitting right in back of me in this video. And I have been using this monitor from the past 2 years and I made a short review about the very same a few months ago, but a lot of people had a question that how to use this functionality and how to set up this device with the multiple computers that they have, and that is basically that what I will cover in this video. And also I will give a brief that what is this KVM thing and what is a USB type B connection. So without further ado, let us see that how you can use the KVM functionality on your MSI monitor. And also if you have got a different model than what I have got into the studio, and if your monitor does support the KVM functionality, then I think so that the MSI monitors have got the same kind of GUI in all the other monitors and the steps would be exactly the same as what I'm showing into this video. But for the people who do not know that what a KVM switch is, it is a physical device that allows you to connect multiple computers to the same monitor and at the same time use all the peripherals that are connected to the monitor and to be able to share it between multiple devices that are connected to your monitor. And that is exactly the same thing that I am doing in the monitor that is just in the back of me. I have connected a Windows laptop along with the MacBook to this same physical monitor, and I can just use all the peripherals that are connected to this monitor on either of my Windows laptop and the MacBook, and that is basically the purpose of this KVM switch. But also we have got some of the KVM switches in the market that also allows you to switch between multiple monitors as well, along with switching between multiple computers as well, but those are the ones that are really the expensive ones. But also you get the ones in the market that are on the cheaper side, maybe 25 Canadian dollars or 20 Canadian dollars, and that would exactly do the same purpose as what we are seeing on this MSI MAG401QR. But in this video today I would show you exactly that how you can use this monitor and how you would be able to use this KVM functionality on this very monitor. And the number one thing that you need to have on this monitor is a USB type A to a USB type B cable. And again, the USB type B cable is not something that is very much popular among a lot of users. This was one of the oldest standard that we used to see in printers that we used to have in the market, and that is exactly that why we need this thing over here. Now this USB type B means that it will allow this monitor to be able to share all the peripherals that you have on this monitor with whichsoever device that this thing is connected to on the other end, and that is exactly the USB type A cable that is on the other end of this monitor. So a USB type B cable that will connect to this monitor, but a USB type A cable that will connect to either of my MacBook or a Windows machine, which in my case is really a Windows machine that I have over here, because my MacBook, it does not have any kind of USB type A standard, and I just did not want to use any kind of converter, and that is why that I have this thing connected to my Windows as a primary device. But now the second thing that you need to have is that you need to have the peripherals connected to the monitor and not to either of the laptops. So your mouse, your keyboard, or any other device that you have got, you just connect this via the USB-A connection on this monitor. And again, I would just recommend to have something like a combination of a keyboard or the mouse. That is again something that is the easiest one. In my case, I use this Wi-Fi dongle that I got with my Logitech combination, as you can see in this video, and this is again one of the easiest thing that you can do as well. So one single connection that I'm being able to use with both of my Windows and the MacBook setups that I have got in my studio. And again, this is the easiest thing that you can do on your setup as well, and I'm just repeating this thing again and again because I find it to be one of the simplest solution. And now you have got some of the other ports that are left on this monitor that you can now use with an external speaker or maybe a printer or any other device that you just want to use as an external peripheral device with both of the other computers that you want to use with this single monitor. And that is again the point of this KVM switch functionality on this monitor. Now as you can see that I have got these two computers that are connected to this monitor, and one of them again, as I said before, is a MacBook and the other one is a Windows laptop. And I have connected this Windows laptop with this HDMI cable, as you can see over here, and the MacBook I have connected with Thunderbolt cable in my case, and that is exactly that I have set up my devices over here. I just do not like using the HDMI port on my MacBook because of a lot of issues that I'm getting lately on my MacBook, but that might not be the similar case of what you have on your setup as well. But you got the point that how you just need to set up the cables on your computer and the monitor. The USB type A on this Windows laptop, it will be able to power the USB B as an upstream to be able to use the peripheral devices, and then you can just manually switch between both of the computers as per the requirement. Now as you can see on this monitor, you have already got the KVM functionality that is built into this monitor. You do not have to fiddle around with the software each time to be able to install on the Windows laptop or maybe on the Mac OS, because that is something that might be the hardest way to do so. And all you just need to do is that you need to find the button on the back of this monitor, switch it to the KVM mode, and you would see that it has different options to be able to select it under the auto mode or maybe the upstream mode or maybe the type C mode. All I just recommend over here is to put this thing into the auto mode, because whenever you change the input source on this monitor, you would now be able to select between different devices or maybe a type C port or maybe an HDMI mode, and whenever you would just switch the input source, you would be able to use the peripherals, because this KVM thing will automatically switch you between the different devices, and that is the main purpose of this functionality over here. Now as you can see in my case, I have got this Windows computer that is connected as an HDMI mode, and once I switch it to my MacBook that is on the Thunderbolt connection on my setup over here, I would be able to switch between both of these devices and still I would be able to use the same peripherals. And that is basically how to use the KVM functionality on this MSI MAG401QR monitor. And again, I think so that this is one of the best features of all the MSI monitors that we have got in the market, at least one of the latest ones. And this is what that I would also want to see on the monitors from the LGs and the Logitechs, because I have got two of the Logitech monitors in my home along with also an LG monitor as well, and none of the devices are able to do the very same thing. And that is one of the primary reasons that I have got this monitor in my studio, and this is the one that I do really use in my day-to-day life. It is just the perfect combination of the features to the value that you are getting on this monitor, because I do not know of any other ultra wide monitor that is 40 inches that you are also able to grab it sometimes for about 400, or maybe even I have seen this monitor on sale for just about 350 Canadian dollars. That is again insane, and that is why that I recommend this monitor to everyone who is looking for a new monitor, but he or she is on a bit of a budget but also wants the best of the best that is available in the market. So yes, this is the one to go, and this is the one that has got one of the best KVM functionalities, and you just do not need to spend some extra money to buy an external switch. And also it does clean up your desk a lot because it is not a separate device. And well, that was all that I wanted to share in this video. My name is Anshul. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.